do fun stuff together with artist Drew Rockington and Catstronaut Waffles.
Hey everybody, it's Waffles and it's Drew. We're in the studio. Ready for a high five? Yep. Good high five. All right, Waffles, I have a special treat for you today because today we were talking about one of your favorite subjects. We're talking about the famous portraits of the Dutch Renaissance. No. We're talking about sandwiches. Oh, that favorite subject. Oh yeah, I can't wait for that conversation to happen in just a few moments. But let's go back to the famous portraits of the Dutch Renaissance. Do you really like those paintings? Oh yeah, the Dutch masters have such a handle on light, and they really bring the scene to life. Have you ever seen a Dutch master in its prime? I can't say I have, but the next time I go to an art museum, I'm definitely going to go look up one of the Dutch master paintings. Oh, just you wait. Your breath will be taken away on a beautiful boat into the gorgeous sunset of your mind. That was very poetic, Waffles. Okay, let's talk about sandwiches! Okay, cool. Today we're gonna imagine the best sandwich of our lives, and we're gonna build many layers. Are you ready to draw the mini layered sandwich? What would you put on your sandwich? Well, bread, mayo, tuna, bread. That's it? Just a couple things? Yeah. No, think bigger. Think if you could add multiple layers to it. Oh, okay. Bread, mayo, tuna, mayo, bread, mayo, tuna, mayo, bread, mayo, tuna, mayo, bread, mayo, tuna, mayo, bread, mayo, tuna, mayo. All right, we're gonna draw a crazy huge sandwich. And Waffles, you just hang out. Okay, we're hanging out. Here we are. We're switching to our drawing zone. All right, Waffles, try not to drool on the paper as we draw this sandwich. Whew, all right, let's give ourselves a little finger stretches. Great. And we're gonna start drawing this sandwich. Where am I? Here I am. All right, we're gonna start drawing this sandwich with the plate. So first thing we're gonna do, actually, let's start with the table. First thing we should do is we'll draw a line for the table. It doesn't have to be straight. Try to make it straight. Then we're gonna put the plate, we're gonna put it not in the center, we're gonna put it off to one side, and that will become clear why we're doing that in a minute. It's kind of a secret right now. Okay, so I'm gonna draw my plate, so I'm gonna make another line. And then I'm gonna kind of make, plates are really just very shallow bowls. So I'm gonna make little curved edges down. And then a tiny rim underneath. Okay, cool. Now let's go ahead and draw our bread. This is gonna be, it's gonna be really easy, but it's gonna be really fun. So the first piece of bread is just a rectangle. You can go ahead and add little like details, like maybe it's got like seeds in it, or the crust has some beautiful texture to it. Okay, now we gotta think of what are we gonna put on that bread? Well, Waffles likes mayo first, mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. So we're gonna kind of make a goopy pile of mayonnaise. You can have it drip down. Awesome. Now, maybe I wanna add some tomatoes. So I'm just gonna add a couple curved lines. These are the slices of tomatoes. Let's go ahead and add, we're gonna make this a crazy sandwich, so let's go ahead and add a whole fish. And I'm gonna do that by drawing a rainbow, and then on one side will be the fish head. Boop. And then on the other side will be the fish tail. There it is, we got a fish on there now. You can draw the little fin. What else should we put on our crazy sandwich? Maybe we could put some lettuce. So lettuce is fun. You just kind of draw crinkles. with some lines in it. Here's some crinkly lines. You see how I'm overlapping what I drew below? That's just making it look like it's layered. You want that sandwich layer happening. Okay, now maybe there's some cheese slices. So cheese slices, again, we're gonna draw this like rainbow shape, this curved line. And then I'm just gonna draw a triangle. This is like a slice of cheese. And then another curved line and a triangle at a different spot. This is another slice of cheese, you know, kind of where they go boop, boop. They stack it like that. These are the corners of the cheese hanging off. Okay, now let's go ahead and put a hamburger on there. So we'll just draw a really lumpy rectangle. That's our beautiful hamburger. You can add some more stuff in there. The burger meat. If you're a vegetarian or you don't eat meat, this is a nut burger. If you're allergic to nuts, it's a tempeh burger. Okay, great. Then, what do we put on that? Let's put a pickle. So a pickle, whoop, and the pickles have bumps in it. This is looking really good, everybody. Look at this pickle. These are all the pickle bumps. It looks so weird. Okay, now we're gonna draw, what should we put on top? Maybe some potato chips. We're just gonna draw some crinkly shapes. This is looking delicious. Some people actually put potato chips on their sandwich. It adds a nice little crunch and a salty little yum. Okay, and then we're gonna put let's put some ketchup on this. Maybe it's dripping down a little bit. Yum. And then finally, we're gonna add the bread on top. So we're just gonna do like a big bun. And we're gonna make it very artisanal. So we're gonna put these are like the little splits in the bread where it opens. And then maybe a fun part about sandwiches sometimes is they have stuff stuck to the outside. So we're gonna draw an olive and then go ahead and stick it in the bread here. Boop, boop, boop. And then maybe this one has another olive. Stick it in the bread. Okay. This is a giant looking sandwich. Yum! Cool. Now, let's go ahead and figure out who's gonna eat this sandwich. Well, this is a crazy sandwich, so it needs to be eaten by a crazy character. So I think we're gonna draw a blob monster. Blob monsters are really fun to draw because you really just go and make a shape. And now figure out what your blob monster is. So my blob monster has one big eye. Just like that. And look at its mouth. Its mouth is open. I'm gonna draw the teeth on the bottom. It is so hungry. Teeth on the top. And I'm gonna draw this monster's tongue is like sticking out. So see how I did it? It's like kind of drawing a sock. I looped it down, and now I'm gonna go over it again, and then this is to make kind of that tongue a 3D tongue. Cool. You can even see its little tonsils in the back of its mouth. You can shade that in, and then here's like the roof of its mouth. Here's a trick. If there's a spot that you don't want to just shade in with your pencil, but you want to shade it in later with your marker, a lot of time artists just put little X's in that, just to remember to shade it in. Put little X's in there. Okay, now this monster is hungry. So we're gonna make sure it's protected because this sandwich looks messy. So we're gonna give it a little bib. Put a little knot in the back. Do some checkerboard. Cool. Now we're gonna put tiny little arms, little hands. This monster is going to have a really hard time holding that sandwich. And then last but not least, let's go ahead and make this monster really fancy. Let's give it a hat. We're gonna give it, this is called a boater hat. It's kind of like what you would see in a barbershop quartet. So it's a long oval at an angle, at a jaunty angle. And you just do 2 things up from the sides and then another oval. And then we're gonna do a rectangle in there. That's gonna be our boater's hat. Look at that beautiful monster. Finally, we can add some little details. Maybe it's kind of smiling. Give it some freckles. Boop, 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 boop. This looks awesome. Okay, cool. Let's start inking. And we're gonna start, so we don't smear our drawing, we're gonna start inking our monster. Let's start with the boater hat. You go down on the edge and around. Now I'm gonna do the little band. Maybe it's a striped band. So we can add little stripes. And then here's the edge. One thing I forgot to do on these boater hats is sometimes they have like a ribbon hanging down. So let's go ahead and add a little ribbon hanging off the back here. Kind of like a gondolier's hat. Okay, fun. Now we're gonna draw this monster head all the way down to the little monster arms. The tiny little monster fingers. Awesome. And around. Here's our eyeball. Whoop, there it is. Add some freckles. Draw this bib. Whoop. Whoop. And here's a knot holding it on. I'm gonna add the checkerboard pattern to this bib. Straight lines all the way across. And then if you want to, for bonus points, you can choose to fill it in like an actual checkerboard. And see how I'm not filling in the squares all the way? I'm just kind of putting some dots in there just to kind of give it, oops, I drew the wrong one. Just to give it some texture. Kind of make it look like it's fabric a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna start drawing the tongue first. Cool. Then I'm gonna draw my teeth. And then now I'm gonna go over and do the mouth. I started doing the tongue first because I had that tongue sticking out over there. I wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally draw over that. Okay, now we're gonna do the little tonsils. And we can fill in the way back of the mouth. Okay, very cool. Now, whoop, whoop, this is like the roof of your mouth. Okay, then we're gonna draw this little hand here. Boop, 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 boop. Tiny little hand, tiny little fingers. Okay, sweet. Now we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, just a little line. I'm actually gonna draw part of my fish right now because it's overlapping. I'm gonna draw the edge of the table. And now let's start on our sandwich from, I'll draw the plate. I'm actually gonna go, once I get this plate drawn, I'm gonna go to the very top and start drawing the sandwich and work my way down because everything like oozes down all the, oh, there it is, oozing down. Everything oozes down and we wanna draw in that direction. We wanna draw down so that we can see it all ooze. So first things first, all the mayonnaise and the ketchup. Let's draw our olives. These olives kind of look like make it look like eyeballs are sticking out of the top of this monster. It's kind of, or monster. Sandwich. Sandwich monster. Okay, here's my bread. My beautiful artesian crusty bread. Mmm, fresh baked daily. Yum. Add a little texture to the bottom of it. These are like the flakes, the crummy flakes coming off of it. Then we're gonna draw our ketchup on top. Do you put ketchup on a sandwich ever? Have you ever done that? I always got into some weird sandwiches when I was younger. One of my favorite sandwich was bologna and grape jelly, and I remember loving that. I don't know what it was. It was white bread, bologna, and grape jelly. I just thought it was the best ever, and I never eat it now that I'm older, so maybe I only liked it for a couple days. Here is, I'm gonna do ruffly potato chips. Going back over my chip lines. Ruffles. Ruffly chips. Yum, yum, yum. Here's my big pickle. Big pickle. Gonna add these little pickle dimples. You know it's a good pickle when it has little pickle dimple bumps on it. That's how you know when it's a good pickle. Okay, now we have our burger. Our tempeh nut / beef burger. Okay, put that one on there. We should put like a sauce in between, shouldn't we? Maybe we'll put like a little sauce. Maybe this will be mustard. I'll just do that. Some mustard. Or maybe this will be ketchup. You know what? This will be ketchup. Because we can color it in black. And kind of hide our little bumps up there with it. And this can be mustard up here. We'll put little spicy specks in it. Spicy mustard. Do you have any spicy mustard I could put on my sandwich?
But of course. Do you have any Grey Poupon?
I have to ask about that commercial. That's an old one. I don't even know if that's still funny. 3 people are laughing right now, and they are all over 30 years old. So, now we're drawing our burger. I'm drawing all the little texture of the hamburgers. Okay, now we have our cheese. If you remember, we drew these long triangles underneath. You can go ahead and just do a slight thing under there. Okay, cool. Now we're getting down to our lettuce, which looks kind of like a potato chip, but the important distinction is this next part. Potato chips just have the ridges that go straight across. Leaves, well, lettuce is like a leaf, so we're gonna draw like the veins of the leaf. My kids at home say, "Are you eating leaves?" when I have a salad, and I say, "Yes, would you like to try it?" And they say, "I'm not a squirrel." Kids, aren't they fun? Okay, now we're gonna draw our fish. Here's our fish, so you know it has been cooked thoroughly. It has the X eyeball to represent that it's been finished cooking. I'm drawing the tomato right now because there wasn't a lot of fish detail. And then we're gonna add the fish fins. There we go. Oops. Awesome. Here's the little fish fins. You can add some scales if you want to. Okay, now we're at the tomatoes. We're gonna draw the goopy mayonnaise. Here it is. Look at that drippy mayonnaise. And then last but not least, we have our bread underneath. I'm gonna add some more crumbs so it kind of looks like the bread on the top. Got a little crazy over there on that side with some shading. Okay, cool. And then just so this plate stands out and looks like a plate, I'm gonna add another line around it. And I'm kind of gonna do like a weird, not a weird, but I'll do like this crisscross pattern, spike pattern on it so it kind of looks like a thing. Look at that sandwich. This is really cool. Let's go ahead and finish it on the other side with the table. Here's our monster. Excuse me, it's about to eat this sandwich. This looks amazing, everyone. I love this. This is a fun exercise in texture. Let's look and see how many textures we have. We have this texture, 1. We have this texture, 2. Texture, different texture, big dots, little dots, crumbly dots. This is a texture, scales, leaf veins, this pokey texture, all different textures. And we use these different textures so that you can tell the different layers of your sandwich. What a cool exercise in textures. I bet you didn't even realize we were doing a texture exercise. Okay, now let's look at our sandwich one more time in all its glory. Oh, sandwich. And we'll see if it passed the test. Waffles, are you ready to see the sandwich of your dreams? I'm ready, I'm so ready. Okay, here it is, bud. Whoa! All right, are you ready, Waffles? Yes. Okay, Waffles is gonna continue to eat this, and I'm gonna say thank you so much for tuning in today for Let's Do Fun Stuff Together, and we will see you tomorrow for more fun stuff. Have a great day, everybody, and don't forget to do other fun stuff besides this. I dropped my sandwich. Here, I'll put it back in for you. Hey, Waffles, give me some of that.